Sunday, folks. Keep it easy, like Sunday morning, but do that all day long. This is Michael. How are you in the wee hours of the night on the graveyard shift with your daily trivia question yet once again to get your day started? One more day for the weekend, folks. Be sure you go out and have some fun. Enjoy it with rest and relaxation. Maybe some thunderstorms today to cool things off. I'm hoping. My God, with this heat, there's nothing you can really do for too long outside except go back inside on an eventual basis. But anyways, enjoy your Sunday. So the answer to the previous trivia question was Twilight Zone, the movie from 1984. I remember when this movie came out. It's funny, I was thinking it's funny how I can remember things from the 80s, very distinct. Like it was, but I can't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday. But anyhow, I don't know how that works. But anyways, Twilight Zone, the movie, moving right along, was a 1983 film based on Rod Serling's famous television series of the same name from the 1950s into the 1960s. It was a segment film featuring 4 different stories. One of those stories cast actor Vic Morrow, who had been in the acting business for over 3 decades as a soldier in this particular scene who was trying to escape enemy fire in the fields of Vietnam. It was during this scene where he and 2 child actors would be tragically killed as a helicopter malfunctioned and landed on top of all 3 of them. I remember when this happened, it shook Hollywood. It was on all of the Inside Edition and Hollywood Access shows of that time and so forth. It was very tragic. And what's worse is it took place on the film's last scheduled day of shooting. They were wrapping things up when this happened. What unfolded thereafter was historical in a very negative aspect, and sometimes history works like that. One of the co-directors and 4 other men working on the film, including the special effects coordinator and the helicopter pilot, were all charged with involuntary manslaughter. It was the first time a film director faced criminal charges for events that occurred while making a movie. The trial that followed lasted a painstakingly 10 months long. It was exhausting. Everyone on the set and the directors would end up being acquitted in 1987. This was years later, but they paid huge settlement fees in the millions of dollars for years that followed in undisclosed amounts and subsequent civil and liability suits, especially to the children, the parents' children. And this dealt specifically with recklessness on the set of a movie and clear violation of child labor laws. The backlash for this whole thing was huge in multiple ways, quite frankly. The Federal Aviation Administration was involved, the FAA. The Office of the State Fire Marshal for California investigated the ordeal. The National Transportation Safety Board also investigated the issue and issued a report on the accident. Additionally, that's on a federal level, folks. On a state level, and as far as Hollywood is concerned, the Screen Actors Guild and the Directors Guild of America developed safety committees, which dealt directly with safety issues on the set of movies and TV shows. From that point forward, they rewrote the whole safety issue of movies after this tragic incident. Safety bulletins, 24-hour hotlines, very specific rules and laws specifically focusing on child safety, including what became known as a guaranteed right of refusal would be incorporated into contracts if anyone thought a scene was too unsafe in any manner. Finally, the Motion Picture and Entertainment Safety Program was founded specifically because of this incident and this tragic occurrence, and that program still exists to this day. Now, a couple of geek factoids about this horrible occurrence in history. One of the co-directors involved in this whole thing was none other than a director named Steven Spielberg, who you might have heard of. He went on to do a lot of other things, a lot of other famous things. He never spoke to John Landis ever again in his life after this accident. John Landis was the primary director. Those two have never spoken since. Twilight Zone, the movie, had mixed reviews after all was said and done, and a lot of those negative reviews was because of the backlash of this incident. Despite all kinds of rumors that still exist to this day, the scene where the 3 were killed did not appear in the movie. However, you can easily pull it up, folks. If you want to go watch it, you can. It is available on YouTube. It has been for years. The tragic scene where the three died. Twilight, the movie, was. I thought this was kind of interesting. It was the first this tragic occurrence during Twilight, the movie from 1983, was the first to be cited and referenced when the firearm accident on the series Rust occurred last year in October 2021. I don't know if you remember that or not, but that dealt with on-set safety issues and so forth. So some of the things that were referenced in that occurrence were also cited and referenced in the Twilight movie, was brought up at the same time. So that's a little bit of history for Twilight Zone, the 1983 movie that came out. If you've ever seen the movie, I loved the movie when it came out, but it just had this one particular, the Vic Morrow segment of that movie had a tragic and horrible real life occurrence attached to it. All right, folks, let's get into this Sunday, this restful Sunday, keeping it easy like Sunday with a brand new trivia question for July 24th. On this day in 2002, the House of Representatives votes 420 to 1 to expel this Ohio Democrat from its ranks, who for years during his service would become famous for his wild hair and for touting his foes with bombastic 1-minute floor tirades that would often end with the phrase, "Beam me up," to show his indignation. Interesting character. Tough question. Do some research, folks. Good luck. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Go have some fun today. You deserve it. And peace out.